Comrades, welcome to brand new future brought to you by Poland, Romania, and the motherland of Russia. We will conquer world with great new ideas of communism and Soviet Union and red tide. Comrade Zifos of Polanski.
Hello, brother.
How are you doing today?
I am well. Poland
Excellent.
stands strong.
This
in
is good news.
Red blood as we spread red word across world. Workers' revolution is future.
Comrade Sips of Romania. How are you doing?
Friends, I'm ready for the war.
This will not offend anybody.
Oh, fuck.
All right, guys. All right, let's get down to business. First things first.
Right.
All right.
Tell us how to play Hearts of Iron.
Okay.
I've forgotten. It's been a while.
All right, number one. When it comes to manpower, I have basically limitless manpower. We got like a bajillion people in the Soviet Union, and we do not need to worry about manpower. You guys might need to worry about manpower.
Okay.
So I think one of the things we should do is I will make frontline troops with gun and artillery and digging in and soaking up damages. You guys should make airplanes and tanks and things like this.
Let me be airplane guy, okay?
Okay, because you're a minor nation, you guys should have on your focus tree, one of the things you should have is like armor focus. So
Right.
you both should be able to make really good tanks by like 1939, 1940.
All right, okay.
So focus on
I have focus
Zit.
3. Poland
Okay.
has its own focus
Poland has
tree.
its own focus tree. All right.
Okay,
You
I
need to
don't
go.
have
You guys
one.
both need to make sure you go for. Please, let's become communists. All right. That's something you definitely need to do fairly early. Build up your
Okay.
industry, become communists, and then
Okay.
once we're all
I
in the same
strengthen
faction.
the Polish state and
Okay.
then go left to seek accommodation with USSR.
Nice. Because
all right,
once we're
so
all in the
I-
same faction, I can help you guys defend.
Okay.
When it comes to building stuff, Lewis, it would not be a great idea to build forts, as tempting as it is, because you have a really long border. And remember, if Germany takes Czechoslovakia, they'll suddenly have a way around your forts and stuff. But mountain troops would be good for this south border here. And then we will just choke them with our dead on the western front there, okay?
No forts.
And I will try to get. I think we should try to get like someone like Bulgaria or Greece or someone on our side.
My first thing is I'm going to align with communism through my political tree, and I'm going to amass troops on the Bulgarian border, and I'm going to look to conquer Bulgaria early.
You're going to go for Bulgaria?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm going to get that.
Nice.
Going to try to get that country part of the Romanian communist empire, and then I'll set my sights to maybe Albania, Yugoslavia, not Greece, because I think they're too hard to take over.
Okay.
Maybe Turkey. I don't know, but like I'll just work my way south, I guess.
Okay. We will finish
Can we
the
just start
5-year plan.
game? Are you ready to roll?
I'm ready. I think so. Yeah. Why not?
All right, boom, we're off. So, I'm starting with literally no ships and no planes.
You don't. Yeah. Yep. You don't need any of those things. Don't worry about it.
I can't build any tanks either. I have no.
That's all right.
Can you build any tanks?
You don't need them right now. You've got a few years. The main thing, because the Germans will have light tanks, right? So if you can, research anti-tank and then put anti-tank in your infantry divisions so that you can pierce the light tanks. Otherwise, their light tanks can just roll through, and the only thing that kills them is like reliability.
Right.
So make sure you build some anti-tank. It's under the artillery tree, and get that in your dudes. You may need to take the army you've got now and set it to exercising. Okay, so grab a bunch of troops, stick them in an army. By the way, Lewis, don't put like 139 dudes or whatever. It was either you or Duncan that was doing it. Keep it at 24, and then the generals, their skills are good. Like, so if I have a general with a skill like gives you better reinforcing rate or digging in rate or whatever, then he keeps those. If you don't keep those, then you end up with a general who doesn't apply his bonuses. There's not really any point to it.
Right. Okay.
Okay then.
All right. Do you want to foment some communism in our countries, P-Flags?
Well,
Do you want to give
the
us a
thing
bit
is,
of,
do until you get the government, the political advisors and guys that give you additional political power, you'll find that it just limits how quickly you can change your government. So early on, you want to max out the stuff that gives you political power a day. So I have a guy, I can't afford any of them, but if I go for instance, where is he? Prince of Terror, no. Communist Revolutionary, Fascist Demagogue. Oh, all right, I don't have a guy like that. Some nations will have a political advisor who will give you additional political power every day. That allows you to change your government, quicker than you would do otherwise, just by sticking it all in. Because remember, you spend political power when you modify another nation day by day. So it's not a good way to spend it. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
You're
Okay,
making
good.
perfect sense.
Yeah.
Good.
If you want to get that political power game boosted, then you might as well do it earlier, I guess.
Get
is what
it
you're saying.
boosted up early, and then you can max it out. So yeah.
All right.
When it comes to production, make sure you build fighters. The German fighters will shit on us otherwise, and this is no good. Also,
Fighters.
if you look at your units, especially when you look at planes and stuff, if you go to the production tab and if you look at your navy, it'll be set to like auto. So if you don't want it to be auto deployed somewhere, make sure you deploy it somewhere where you want it to be. All right, that's important.
Okay.
Roger that. All right,
Roger.
so what about you? What are you setting your sights on?
I am thinking that we're gonna build up the army. I'm just gonna tech them up and try and help you guys as quick as I can using my my body.
Right, so
Nice.
nationalist Spain. and
Right,
there's a
pause
civil
it a
war going
second.
on
Pause
in
it a
Spain.
second. Pause it a second.
All right.
Have you guys ever sent troops to help another nation?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
I
so
don't think I have.
it's a really good thing to do, and it can tip the scales of a fight in favor of the nation that you want. We don't want nationalist Spain. We want Republican Spain because they'll be communists. All right. So quickly
Commie
make
Spain.
Commie Spain, and that would be a great asset for us. So quickly
Okay.
bosh out, grab a couple of units, stick them in an army, and go communicate with Republican Spain. So I'm going to talk to them, and I'm going to send volunteers, and I can send a maximum of 2 divisions. All right. That's the most
Right.
I can send.
Pick your best tank divisions or whatever you've got.
You want
then-
Republican Spain, yeah?
Oh, it says here, my maximum is 5. All right, this is good. Yeah, Republican Spain. So, all right, I can send 5 because...
My country is not allowed to send volunteer forces. We need world tension at 40% due to the
Yeah, I
fact
can't
we're
do this because
non-aligned.
we're not.
You're not in a faction.
We're not in a faction, yeah. So once we get into a faction, though, we should.
No,
get,
it's because I am non-aligned in my
you're a
government.
democracy,
yeah,
right?
I'm a
Oh, you're unaligned. Okay.
I'm a ideology non-aligned. Yeah, I need to be a commie before I can send people to help the
I'm
commies,
sending
I guess.
5 divisions of Russian troops. We will help and
Nice.
struggle with comrades and nationalists against nationalist Spain. Scum.
So this is a good way to get some military experience early as well, right?
You can get a shitload, an absolute shitload.
Just a total.
Excellent.
Just a total butt full.
The only
And you
problem
can-
we're going to have here as
Excellent.
Soviet Union is that if we get the effect that splits the nation in 2 and we end up with a fudging civil war.
Uh-oh.
A fudging civil war.
Fudging civil war. We got Germany's like coming online, right? One of the
Yep,
following must be
they've
true.
remilitarized the Rhineland. It's
Communist-
okay.
Okay. So I got political effort, but I need to make a switch to non-aligned, at least, or communist before I can go down the collectivist ethos.
Yep.
Okay, so you can
So-
get daily communist support, and also if PFLAG sends a communist supporter over to you, you'll get it.
So I want to go down army effort, right? Motorization, mechanized armor.
If I can diplome you lads and try to make you more communist. Would you like that?
Well,
Yeah.
no, you want to go for your free research slot, Sips, after you've got... It's okay
Oh,
to get
fuck
like
yeah, I
1 in
forgot
army
about that,
effort,
yeah.
because then you get a bit of XP that you can spend on putting an artillery in your infantry, but also you can... you get, I think, from that, you get like a land doctrine speed upgrade, and that's obviously always a good thing to have going on the research. But yeah, you want to get your free research slot at some point.
Yeah, I'll get that. I've got 3 research slots already, though, so that's pretty good at least. I just
is
got my
obviously pretty
first.
handy, but it's
I got
not
my communist
required.
advisor in my party now, so I'm at least boosting communism now, a little bit.
Daily
My
communist.
my fucking guy Arman Calinescu has a pirate eye patch.
I think he'll.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Is that
I
like
feel
a
like I should be the
monocle?
naval guy.
It's like a pirate monocle.
yeah.
That's what
Loves
it
it.
is. That's like bizarre.
He loves his pirate eye patch. Yahar! Who wants to join the communists? Mateys.
Yar, mateys! Communism be the way for us.
Cool. I think pirates would be quite red. What's going on in Spain, Puflax?
I am kicking ass, is what's
Did you
happening.
send some dudes down there?
Oh, yeah.
Who did you send?
Good job.
2 tank divisions, 3 infantry divisions.
Okay. Did you only have 2 tank divisions?
No, I can only send 5. You don't want
Ah.
to send too many tanks because Spain is a hilly place, friends.
Right.
It's hilly.
I didn't know
So
hills
I'm
were bad for
Taking,
tanks.
yes, awful. Have you ever driven a tank up a hill?
Right. So what do I want to do with my divisions, with my infantry divisions, or my tank divisions as well? My infantry divisions, I've got just like 3 rows of 3 infantry, but I need to get some artillery in there, right? I've got support artillery and support engineer company, but what my back line, what do I want? Like 2 artillery, 3 artillery?
I think if you have 2 artillery and an anti-tank, that's pretty good. I've always been very happy with that.
You could just use a support anti-tank. That'll be
It's okay
less
initially,
trouble.
but it's not great. Like, it's not going to win the war for you. The
'Cause what you want- you
artillery
want-
does a ridiculous amount of damage to infantry.
you
but
want
you
your
also need
soft
anti-tank.
attack to be higher, right?
Yeah,
like
you really
want to
shit on their troops.
Okay.
Infantry are always like great at holding the line. Just raw bodies. They're good.
But this is why we need the anti-tank.
To push
Remember.
through, you need.
Okay.
The Germans
Artilleries.
will have better tanks than us. Okay,
I do have 1 tank, 1 light tank.
That's great.
How should I arrange that? Like in terms of when I decide to go into Bulgaria?
Okay, so
Keep it in
first
the
of all,
plains.
if your tank divisions have got any slow, basically it's all about speed, right? So you don't want to have tank divisions with infantry in them, right? So
Okay,
that's
yeah. I
like
mean, my tank divisions currently have a row with a light tank and a motorized infantry, and then a second row with a light tank and a motorized infantry.
that's
Do I need
fantastic.
artillery or anything in there? Or no, just keep it.
No,
as
that's fantastic as it is.
Oh,
2 light tanks,
Christ. The Germans
2
have turned up,
motorized
lads.
infantry is great. It's a
All
nice
right,
balance.
And then in terms of when I'm ready to invade, what do I do with my armor? Do I take that out of the army
Yes.
and put it separately?
So the way I would do it is to have an army holding the line, okay, and then what you do is you have a battle plan, sure, to push forward, especially if you have a couple of artillery. So the classic one is 8 infantry, 2 artillery, okay?
Right,
That's
okay.
the classic one, because that gives you a combat width of 20, which is apparently the ideal number.
Yeah, you want 20.
And then basically what that means, I think that means that up to like 6 units or 5 units could attack a single point in the line. So if you have a lot of units on the line, you can still have 6 divisions attacking in the same combat width. Whereas if you have more, like if you have 22 combat width, only 5 will be able to attack. So it's not a big
Okay.
deal actually, but it's apparently 20 is the optimal. Some generals have a thing called reduced combat width, and so then that reduces it by 10%, so you can have units that are 22, because 10% less is 20, and then you basically have bigger... Some generals, that's the advantage that they give, like, basically. So if you've got a guy who reduces own combat width in his army, you can get bigger units in that army, and they'll be stronger on the attack. But the better thing to do is just put your infantry in a separate group with a separate general on the line, and then find another general with maybe like in Germany they have like a general with panzer plus armor attack.
Right.
So you put your armor in that, and you use the armor to break through the lines at certain points, and then your infantry will just move up to hold it. And so you use the armor to pierce and run around the back and cut people off.
It's all about encirclement. That's the only way
Yeah.
to delete units is by encircling them.
Right. Okay.
So
I mean, I don't think I need all of this for Bulgaria necessarily. I think I could probably just march my front line in because
I
Well,
think you
your
probably
troops are
could.
going to be pretty similar to theirs. Just bear that in mind. You're not like streets ahead of them unless you tech up a lot.
yeah.
But we can give you like troops and stuff. I can give you troops eventually. I can send you volunteers and you can control them.
Okay.
We're at 10% communist so far. How are you doing, Sips, there?
I'm getting there. I think I'm like, it's growing. It was 2%. It's up to 10 now. 10.9, almost 11. The daily change is plus 0.10, so should be good. Getting there. I'm going to be fully communist before the end of the year.
Sweet. I'm researching internationalism, which grants trade deal opinion factor plus 20%. That seems fairly useless. Still.
If I wanted to get a nation on my side by trading with them, then that would be a way to do it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My manpower is super low, like non-existent. I'm going to have to like fucking change some shit up.
If you've got any cavalry divisions, you can kind of chuck them. They're not hugely. It's not hugely the worst thing in the world to chuck a division because you just get the infantry straight back, you get the manpower straight back. You don't lose anything when you disband a division. Obviously, all you lose is the training that division have undergone and the time that it's taken to get them to that point, which obviously can be.
It's not. It's worth it, I think.
But it is totally worth it. Like especially with the cavalry. Like I've just chucked all my cavalry in the bin straight away and got all of the manpower back because they're just not worth. They're not worth it. They don't really serve a role in an army. Not for me, anyway. I mean,
so I need some anti-tank as well, right? I'm researching it right now.
I do think it's worth it. I do think.
Where do I put that in my lines from my infantry division?
In 1936, you don't need it against anyone, but you will need it against Germany in 1939. So in 2-3 years' time, Germany will have light tanks, but in 1942, they will have medium tanks and heavy tanks, and then you need it, really. At the moment...
I think you need it against light tanks. It makes
Bulgaria,
the game way
we're
easier.
going to have no...
don't worry about it now.
Start the game
don't worry about it now.
with 2 light tanks, that's all. So they've only got 2 light tanks.
I think they'll probably build some more. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to invade us now, but are we planning for next week? Are we planning for the winning of the war, men, comrades?
Yeah. Like that's definitely anti-tank stuff. Should be a thing to have. If you want to hold your borders, your infantry needs support anti-tank. That will be a very good thing. But even that's not necessary. We're not playing against like experienced players here who are going to. Well, then again, experienced players are just going to drive the tanks around the side and skip all of your infantry that you put anti-tank in. Whereas, I don't know what's going to happen. Right, I'm nearly able to go left. Another half a year, and I'll be fully daily communism support flooding in.
Nice.
We are kicking ass in Spain.
Oh,
Italy have captured Ethiopia.
That always happens. It's a big deal, apparently.
It's the tutorial for the game, basically.
What? Capturing Ethiopia? Is it really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the tutorial. Yeah.
I had no idea.
I fucked it up the first time I did it.
You're Italy, and you just have to conquer Ethiopia. All right.
So
I think I'm all right here. My production is very good. I'm not missing any resources or anything. I'm gonna start making some planes pretty soon so that I can cover my dudes when I invade Bulgaria in case they have like close air support or whatever. And then actually I might start.
Oh. Bless you. Bless you.
I'm sorry, guys. What's happening?
Disgraceful behavior.
I'm just. I think I'm coming down with something, guys.
Yep, it'll happen. So Republican Spain are doing pretty well.
Who's doing pretty well?
Republican Spain.
Oh,
Republican Spain.
Yep. The goodies.
Do I want to build like land forts or anything on my front?
You could do, but I mean, I would just build civilian factories. Civilian factories are great, and the more civilian factories you build, the more factories you can build. Like in my current game that I'm playing just solo as Germany, we can build like 10 military factories at a time because I have so many civilian factories, and I've built refineries all over Germany, so we don't have to worry about oil or rubber anymore.
That's great.
So we are just pumping out stuff. The problem I've got is Germany is I'm down to 1 million manpower. We have a ridiculous number of units in the field, but we do have a lack of manpower. You guys need to be careful with your manpower. That's why I think you need to have really smart, well-equipped units rather than what I'm going to have, which is just masses and masses of dudes. Man, Nationalist Spain are fucked.
How's this going? Oh, yeah. Fuck. Nice. So Republican Spain control Madrid.
You really have changed the tide of that war, haven't you?
Yeah, honestly, I do it every single time as the Nazis. You just sweep in as I send in one tank and one mobile infantry, and because the AI is sort of a bit thick sometimes, and will sort of sit there. Like, it'll make a front line, and it's like, well, now's not the time to attack. And they'll just sort of sit there. If you just go through with your tank and mobile infantry and punch a hole and encircle some units, all of a sudden, everything starts moving and a front opens up and you guys can sweep around the back. So what I did was, I landed in, I think we landed in, Valencia, and we just immediately punched north, cut the Republicans in half, encircled half their army, wiped them all out, and now we're able, I mean, the Republicans are all over the place. We just completely encircled the nationalists. So we've got them. We've basically won this war.
Nice. So proud of you.
It's great. This is great. Having a big old communist thumb on the end of Europe here.
Fuck, it's huge, isn't it? The Soviet Union. Like,
and it's a nightmare to take.
Fucking size of it.
Like that mountainous range with the French. If you get mountain troops on there and dig in, the only thing you've got to worry about is naval landings. That's the only issue. But the AI doesn't seem to do those a huge amount. Not effectively. They'll do naval landings, but they all seem to be terrible.